Hello ninjas, welcome to Ken Lab YouTube channel. I'm gonna show you something really cool on VirtualBox. So I'm gonna open my VirtualBox dashboard here. So I'm running, as you can see, I'm running 4 virtual machines. This is Kali Linux, this is Ubuntu desktop, this is Ubuntu server, and this is a flavor of Red Hat. So for instance, if I want to use my Kali Linux virtual machine, I can power it up right there. It's gonna take a moment to power up. Just hit switch, drag that screen over here. So you can see my Kali Linux is starting here. It's gonna go through the boot process. Hide the information bar there on the right. So I'm just gonna log on. Probably bump up, improve the resolution a little bit. I might want to do a ratio like that and keep those changes there. So one of the apps that I like on any of my Linux distribution is Terminator. You know, you have the normal shell that is awesome, don't get me wrong, but I kind of like Terminator. That gives me more of flexibility while working on the terminal. For instance, let me just maximize that. On the same Terminator, depending on what I'm doing on my Linux machine at that particular moment, I might need access to more than one terminal. So while running Terminator, I can easily just split up these terminals, maybe introduce a terminal below that, split that into two, depending on whatever I need or whatever I'm trying to do. I can split the one on top as well. So for instance, maybe I'm running a command here, a command like install, and then at the same time I might want to look at how the system is handling, how my Linux resources are getting distributed while doing something else on the side. So for instance, I can switch to this other terminal on this other side, and I might want to do something like sudo then discover. Maybe I'm trying to drill down on other machines that are running on my network. And maybe at the same time, I'm also navigating around in my operating system. I might want to use another part of my Terminator terminal to maybe look at the system or resources. This might need a sudo. So depending on what you're doing, you can really when you use Terminator on any of your Linux distributions, then you're able to make use of um, the resource, your Linux machine, from a very powerful point of view. And remember, since you're running VirtualBox, then you're also able to do other things on the other virtual machines. And the beautiful thing about it, you can stop, you can pause a virtual machine, maybe do what you want to do away from your machine or your terminal, and when you come back, just hit play and continue from where you left off. So this is going to be paramount, especially for people taking DevOps and DevOps platform implementations, especially when you get to the CI/CD section, where you might want to see how a developer is modifying code from their local machine, which you've mimicked on one of your virtual machines. At the same time, you want to see how the Jenkins application is forking whatever code that your developers push to an online registry and make in a kind of an automated continuous CI/CD implementation of DevOps. So when you have a couple of virtual machines, you could be monitoring your clusters on one of your, for instance, an Ubuntu, just an example, an Ubuntu virtual machine, while on your Kali Linux virtual machine, then you're also looking at live on your console, on your cloud provider console, be it Google, be it AWS. Then on a different virtual machine, you want to generate that fake traffic, because when you're testing apps for auto scaling and resilience and health checks and all those important cloud native behaviors of applications that you're dealing with. So I believe VirtualBox is nice because if you happen to mess up the operating system, mess up the files, and for one reason or the other, it stops running, you just go back, delete that virtual machine, and create a new one without touching your host operating system. Alright, ninjas, that is all for today. Follow me on YouTube and other social media channels for more Linux oriented tips and cloud computing. Thank you. See you next time. Adios.